What is up, guys? We are back on a new video today. As you can see, we're playing some Battlefront 2, and I am Dinjarin, the Mandalorian. So this video, I'm going to break down my thoughts as spoiler talk for the Mandalorian and Grogu. So let's get into it. So I just got back from the theatre basically, and I'm not gonna lie, guys, I had a blast with this film, to be honest. It definitely was a lot of fun, I can tell you that. But it definitely isn't the best Star Wars film, I'll tell you that, but I definitely did enjoy the experience having a film back in the theatres again for Star Wars. It was just such a great moment to have it back in theatres again, because it's just been so long since the last time we had one. But yeah, I mean, I enjoyed the film really much, to be honest. But yeah, what do I think of it as an honest thought? I'd probably give it like a 7 out of 10, to be honest. It's a solid film. It's definitely a safe choice for them to go back to theatres, I must admit. It's a lot of fun. I don't think it's the greatest film ever. Like, definitely not. But yeah, I definitely do think this is a step in the right direction for Star Wars going back to theatres. But yeah, I don't really have anything negative to really say about it. Maybe just like there was a couple slow bits in the film, to be honest, but besides that, it was quite decent, to be fair. But yeah, that's like my spoiler-free sort of thoughts, to be honest. I am now going to go into spoiler talk now, so if you haven't watched the film yet, come back. Okay, that was your final chance, guys, so yeah, let's talk spoilers. So we start off with Mando and Grogu basically infiltrating this Imperial base on this unknown world, to be honest. And then we get this cool opening 10-minute sequence of him taking down this Imperial warlord that we saw on the Shadow Council in Mando Season 3. And then we do see one of the other members of the Shadow Council later on in the film, who turns out to be a gangster on this new planet we get introduced, which is Shikaria. It's a moon. But yeah. And then we go to other planets as well, like Navarro, like from the series, and then obviously Nal Hutta, which is the home of the Hutts, which is a big part of the story, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, we get this mission sent by the New Republic. Basically, we meet Sigourney Weaver's character, Colonel Ward. And then she gives us a mission because apparently the New Republic have made a deal with the Hutt cartel, which is the twins that we see in the Book of Boba Fett, basically, to go find Jabba the Hutt's son and their nephew, basically, Rotta the Hutt, who we haven't seen since the Clone Wars, and we first got Rotta the Hutt's introduction in that Clone Wars movie back in the day, to be honest. And yeah, Rot of the Hutt was obviously played by Jeremy Allen White. This Colonel Ward was played by Sigourney Weaver. They both did great in this film. I really loved the performance, to be honest. But yeah, really loved it. But yeah, they were great, to be honest. We got a sort of cameo with Martin Scorsese as well in this, which is pretty funny, to be fair. And yeah, and then besides that, because like the twins turned out to be the true villains. Basically, they tricked the New Republic. They were actually working with the Empire. They gave the New Republic bad information to play a trick, basically. So that was honest thoughts on that. Like, is it interesting that Hutt's working with the Empire? Yeah. We get a lot of cool interactions with Rot of the Hutt, which is pretty cool. And he was pretty cool, to be fair. It was just so crazy, just seeing him as a baby in like the Clone Wars, and now seeing him as this buff Hutt, basically. And it was so satisfying with seeing the twins that we see in Book of Boba Fett at the end get taken out, to be honest. So satisfying. But yeah, and then we also have Zeb as well, which is pretty cool in the film. Seeing him in the film was pretty cool because he showed up in season 3 of Mando, which was pretty cool. Seeing him, and he's voiced by Steve Bloom as well, who obviously portrayed Zeb Aurelius in Star Wars Rebels. But yeah. But yeah, Zeb was definitely a lot of fun, I must admit. Seeing him, I am curious of seeing him because I believe he is going to be in the next season of Ahsoka as well, because obviously we had most of the Ghost crew in that. But yeah, I'm excited to see where we're going to go with Zeb in the future. But yeah, seeing him working with the Rebellion as like, well, they're not a Rebellion anymore, but the New Republic was so cool. But yeah, I mean, you know, it's pretty cool seeing Zeb. One character I was so glad to see in this was a character I never thought we were going to see again, to be honest, and that was Embo. And we ain't seen Embo since like the Clone Wars. I know he's been in like a few books and comics and that, but it's just been so long since we've seen Embo. And his dog as well, which is pretty cool. It's pretty cool. But yeah, he had so much aura in this film, it was unbelievable. Like, he had aura before in the Clone Wars, and you thought he didn't have aura before, right? He had 10 times more, to be honest. He was just so good in this film. And I think Dave Filoni did also reprise the voice for Embo, because he voiced him in the Clone Wars. And we did see a cameo of Dave Filoni sitting with all the pilots on the New Republic base, which was pretty cool. And I think we did see a couple other directors and that worked on the Mandalorian as well as New Republic pilots. But yeah, Embo was so cool, guys, honestly. And by the end of the film, he does survive as well, because the one thing I was hoping for was him surviving. Because I was kind of disappointed when they killed off Cad Bane, to be honest. I did not want them to kill Cad Bane off like that. And I thought they might have done the same thing with Embo. But I'm glad they didn't kill him off. Because he is so badass, honestly. And plus we could probably get him back at this point now. In something else in the future. So who knows. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see where Embo shows up next. Because obviously he was hired by the Hutts, the twins, for to get Mando, because obviously Mando did break their agreement to get Rotta. So yeah, I mean, it is one of those things, but it was cool seeing him though. And his dog. Love it. But another thing I want to talk about is I was quite surprised because I didn't know that if they were going to tease like maybe Dave Filoni's like big movie, crossover movie with all the Mando era shows. But there wasn't really anything teased about that in this film, I would say. Except for like the Empire being in it. We saw obviously 2 members of the Shadow Council which got taken down in this film, and their involvement with the Hutt cartel. So is that going to affect the future of this big movie that I presume Dave Filoni is still doing, with like the Mandalorian, Ahsoka, Book of Boba Fett, and I presume Skeleton Crew as well, that all crossing over in this big event movie? But I don't know, we'll have to wait and see, because obviously this is all going to lead into the birth of the First Order in the sequel trilogy, we know that, and it's going to tie in with the threat of Grand Admiral Thrawn, because we know he's returned as well in like the Ahsoka show. But yeah, I mean, it was kind of weird not seeing Moff Gideon in this. I know he died, I know that, in season 3, but it felt very weird without him being in a Mandalorian project. I don't know if you guys agree with me, but it just felt a bit strange, to be honest. But it was nice because it was something fresh as well. So we weren't sticking to like the same threat. But yeah, it was definitely like some fresh air, I must admit. But yeah, I mean, it was still a lot of fun, this movie. And then seeing the final battle at the end with the New Republic come to help Mando, and that was so cool, to be honest. Seeing all the different New Republic ships. And the X-Wings, like the Y-Wings, even B-Wings and U-Wings in this film was so cool, seeing that at the base. And one thing I did really like was the fact that the Hutts were using modified old Separatist battle droids as their like army in this film, which was really cool. And I really like the design of these modified battle droids. Like, we got to see like these modified super battle droids and B1 battle droids, and like even like Imperial mixed with like Imperial droid parts as well, like the KX droid parts, and like Commando droids as well, because I recognise the voice as well on one of those droids from like obviously hearing it in like Clone Wars and Battlefront and that, which was really cool to see. And then I like the hologram as well, when we got a picture of Baby Rotter the Hutt, because obviously we've only seen Baby Rotter the Hutt in animation, and then we also got to see it on the hologram of what he looked like in live action, which is pretty cool. Because I know recently they released this new hot toy of Ahsoka carrying Baby Rotter, based on Ariana Greenblatt, who played a young Ahsoka in that TV show. But yeah, I mean, it was cool seeing that, the young like Rotter the Hutt on a hologram. That was really sweet. And then there was obviously like other Easter eggs as well, like with like the New Republic and the Empire and that. But yeah, I mean, it was definitely a lot of fun. This is probably more of a kid-friendly Star Wars film, I would say, than your normal Star Wars film you would expect to see that's released in that previously. But yeah, I mean, it's still a lot of fun though. Still a lot of fun. There's a lot of heart to it, and nice comedic moments as well. But yeah, I mean, I definitely give this a 7 out of 10. I can't lie, to be honest. I definitely am optimistic about the future of Star Wars and the future for it going back to theatres. But yeah, I do want to know what you guys think though about this film. Like, did you enjoy The Mandalorian and Grogu? Are you excited to see where their journey goes next? Like, are we going to get another movie, or are we going to get like a season 4 maybe? Like, I don't know what's next for them. Or is it this big like crossover movie that's next? I do not know. We will just have to wait and see. Obviously I'm covering a lot on the channel right now related to Star Wars, because obviously it's May, we've got the Battlefront Resurgence, we've also been playing Fortnite, so go check out those stuff guys. I'll see you in the next video.